It's going to be Caitlin Clark Flash Show. So it's going to be phenomenal playing with a point guard, like you said, that have a good vision on the court, because that's like, as soon as she get the ball in her hand, she's throwing it up because she already see the person down the court before she even get the ball in her hand. So that's one thing I love about her vision on the court. I really can't wait to catch all those passes and give her all the assists that she needs.
Remember when Sheryl Swoopes boldly declared that no one wanted to play for the Indiana Fever?
People in the Fever were like, y'all.
That's not my point. There's a lot of other going on that players are like, this ain't where I want to be.
Over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some new shit
like
going
it's
on
a lot.
around there.
It's a lot. Yeah. So you have players that are very significant on this Indiana Fever team that are like, I don't
want to be here.
This is where I want to be.
Yeah, that take age like milk. Because Natasha Howard just walked straight into Indiana, shut down that whole narrative, and made it clear. Caitlin Clark isn't just attracting hype. She's attracting serious talent.
Just really excited to also play with Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, like the player that, that I also say stuff on the court to them when I'm like playing against them. So, but I'm happy that I'm playing with them, not against them no more.
And this isn't just anyone walking through the door. We're talking about Natasha Howard, 3-time WNBA champion, former Defensive Player of the Year, and one of the few players in the entire league who put up 18 points and 7 boards per game last season. So if she's choosing Indiana, teaming up with Clark, and making it known that she's excited about it, that's not just a signing, that's a mic drop.
Yeah. I think it... Yep, there you go. Hey!
Let's rewind for a second. Back in April last year, the Clark hate was hitting peak levels. The moment she entered the WNBA conversation, critics started picking her apart. And leading the charge? Sheryl Swoopes, who infamously claimed that veterans wouldn't want to play in Indiana with all the attention Clark was bringing. The implication was that Clark's presence would be a distraction. One big media circus other players would want no part of.
What kind of things do you feel?
I'm not in the locker room.
Okay. But
I'm talking about more social media.
Okay.
It's a turn.
Right? It's a turn, right? It's really a turn of the tides.
Well,
right?
Gil, here's my point. The beginning of the year, right? Everybody saw it.
That take didn't just miss the mark. It completely ignored how athletes actually think. Because the second Howard signed with Indiana, that entire argument fell apart. Here's a seasoned veteran, someone with championship rings, accolades, and options, choosing to return to the team that first drafted her in 2014. That's not someone running from attention. That's someone recognizing potential and stepping into it.
This is a tremendous, not only tremendous player, but a tremendous person. And what she's done the last 9 years in her career has put her in the elite company of many athletes and many players in this league. So, I want to say thank you to Natasha and to her family for coming back to us. Because when a player returns to a place that drafted them, that's special. And she chose us because she could have gone anywhere.
And Howard didn't sign quietly either. At her first press conference, she made her feelings loud and clear. I just feel like I'm supposed to be here. I'm happy to be back where I started, and my family and friends are excited to see me come full circle. That's not someone settling. That's someone reclaiming a chapter and helping lead the next one.
At the end of the day, the way Indiana came at me with everything they promised me and they keeping their promise, they sold me. And I took the bait for it, and I'm happy to be back where I started and also being back with Coach. So, and Kelly, and also Amber as well, bringing her along. It's just a blessing to be back where I started, and also for my family and friends to also see me back where I started at as well. Just amazing and a grateful feeling to be back in a Indiana Fever jersey.
She wasn't choosing Indiana because it was her only option either. Howard had choices, and she chose Indiana. Not because she had to, but because she wanted to. Let that sink in. The same team Swoopes claimed nobody wanted to touch just became the top destination for one of the most well-respected veterans in the league.
That's a good one right there.
I'll be back like
Number 33, the original. Back at it.
Oh, Jersey.
Look, the original.
Right, we was with Adidas.
Look at that.
2014, y'all.
2014, right there.
And when Howard was handed her original Fever jersey from 2014 during her signing, it wasn't just a symbolic gesture, it was a powerful emotional moment. You could see what it meant to her. It wasn't just about a return, it was about a legacy, a belief that the unfinished story in Indiana could now become something bigger.
Coach Steph is always being on my butt about hustling, working hard. You know, do the little things, because the little things gonna take you a long way. And when I got the minutes that I played my rookie year, I took every advantage of it, and I'm happy to be back next to her, playing with her and her coaching me.
This wasn't just a feel-good story either. It was a calculated move by Indiana's front office. Kelly Krauskopf confirmed Howard was their top target all along. From the very beginning, Krauskopf said, Natasha was who we wanted. She's high integrity, high class, a team-first leader.
We have the talent, but first of all, we have the people to actually do it. So my thing is, like, I'm happy, like I said, to be a part of this, and also bring the leadership and the desire to, you know, to show this young group what it takes to win a championship. I have 3, so my thing is, like, to show them you can't take no days off in practice. You gotta think, like, you practice, it's the way how you play. So my thing is, like, coming in, I'm just gonna show them, like, this is how you work hard. So when you work hard, it's gonna be easy in the game. It won't be as hard. So my thing is just bringing that championship mentality to the locker room and to this team.
And COO Amber Cox didn't hold back either. When introducing Howard, she joked, "Most people have a one-page resume. Natasha's is multiple pages long." Translation: this is not a role player. They just landed a cornerstone.
The list of accomplishments are long. People say you should have a one-page resume. Natasha cannot have that. It is several pages. 3-time champion, 2-time All-Star, Defensive Player of the Year, Most Improved Player. I mean, again, the list goes on and on and on.
But what really shut down all the noise wasn't what Indiana said. It's what Howard herself made crystal clear. She didn't run from the spotlight. She didn't flinch at the idea of playing with a rookie phenom like Clark. In fact, she embraced it. She said she was honored and blessed to join a team that appreciates her for everything she brings to the court and beyond.
I think it was day one when I got this job. Kelly and I were on the phone, and we had 2 things on our to-do list: re-sign Kelsey Mitchell and bring back Natasha Howard. We have been focused on this day and this moment since the day we started this process.
She even opened up about how she's changed since her first stint in Indiana. "I've grown a lot, as a player and as a person," she shared. "There were teams that didn't value me the way they should have." This move? It's about being in a place where she's respected, where she matters, and where she can help lead something special. So the next time someone tries to say no one wants to play in Indiana, just show them Natasha Howard, a veteran winner with options who walked right into the heart of the Clark era and said, "Let's get to work."
The person that's sitting next to me is of high integrity, high class, great teammate. Players in this league love her. So welcoming her back, putting her on the floor with our guards, there's a reason why her nickname is Flash.
That's not a sign of division. That's a signal of belief. That's a leader backing her new squad and sending a message to the rest of the league. Indiana isn't just hype, it's home. Natasha Howard didn't just land on a team that values her. She found her ideal running mate in Caitlin Clark. This isn't your average pairing. It's a match between a veteran nicknamed Flash and the most electrifying passer in women's basketball. Howard's elite ability to finish in transition is exactly what Clark has been missing in Indiana. While the critics were busy spinning narratives about Clark being unlikable, Howard and Clark were quietly forming what might become the deadliest fast break tandem in the entire WNBA. And Howard's already in the gym, putting in work with her new squad. So what makes this duo so deadly? Howard is built for the break. Her speed, control, and touch around the basket make her the perfect target for Clark's bullet passes. Last season, she was one of the few players to average 18 or more points, along with 7 rebounds per game. That level of production is rare air, and it's exactly what Clark needs to unleash her full powers as a facilitator.
Last season, with a minimum of 25 games played, Natasha Howard was one of just 13 players to average 18 points per game. She was one of 16 players to average 7 rebounds per game. And the list of players to average both 18 and 7 last year, short and elite. A'ja Wilson, Breanna Stewart, Napheesa Collier, Brittany Griner, and yes, Natasha Howard. Versatility is a major calling card for Howard.
Last season, the Fever had the tools, but not the finishers. Clark's passes often went unrewarded because her teammates couldn't keep up or finish through contact. That's not going to be a problem with Howard. She thrives in that exact chaos. In her introductory press conference, she lit up talking about playing with Clark. "I can't wait to run the floor and get those passes." That's a teammate who gets it.
All of that, and we haven't yet touched upon what Howard does best: defend. Howard was named Defensive Player of the Year in 2019 and has finished in the top 10 of the Defensive Player of the Year voting 3 times in her career. Howard has averaged at least 1 block and 1 steal per game in each of her last 7 seasons. And that versatility is really what makes her a weapon on defense.
But Howard doesn't stop at offense. Her defense is just as lethal. Indiana had one of the worst defenses in the league last season, and Howard brings the solution. Her nearly 7-foot wingspan and versatility make her a menace at every level of the floor. For 7 straight seasons, she's averaged at least 1 steal and 1 block per game. She doesn't just play defense, she changes the entire dynamic of it.
That wingspan and 6'2" height allows her to be disruptive defensively around the rim on opposing bigs too. In fact, Howard will enter the 2025 season 25th all-time in blocks in WNBA history.
Her presence allows Indiana's young players to be more aggressive, knowing Howard has their back. When she swipes a steal or erases a shot, Clark's already sprinting the other way with the ball. And when Howard talks on defense, directing rotations and helping younger teammates stay focused, that's championship DNA being passed down.
It's going to be Caitlin Clark Flash Show. So it's going to be phenomenal playing with a point guard, like you said, that have a good vision on the court, because that's like as soon as she gets the ball in her hand, she's throwing it up because she already see the person down the court before she even get the ball in her hand. So that's one thing I love about her vision on the court. I really can't wait to catch all those passes and give her all the assists that she needs.
And there's a reason they call her Flash. She appears out of nowhere for putbacks, steals, and fast breaks. Clark's precision as a passer only works if the recipient knows how to create space. And Howard is a master at that. Her basketball IQ and footwork make her the ideal finisher in a high-octane offense.
Caitlin in particular, what do you see from her game during her rookie year, and just what's an excitement level playing with someone like that who has just changed the whole landscape?
She can spread the floor by shooting. She could dictate the floor as a point guard. She's an amazing passer, so I can't wait to run the floor and get those passes. Like she just grown just this past season, just like how she take the game day by day and also just learning from other players and stuff. So I'm just really excited to be a part of this team and also ready to catch her passes.
Opposing teams are going to have nightmares game planning for these two. Focus too much on Clark? Howard's slicing up your paint. Collapse on Howard's roll? Clark's feeding corner shooters all day. It's an impossible equation to solve. And this is just the beginning. When Sheryl Swoopes tried to throw shade with that locker room issues comment, she had no idea what was coming. The Fever didn't just grab Howard. They built one of the most impressive rosters in recent WNBA memory. And that's no exaggeration.
Just playing with my teammates, just getting to know my teammates on and off the court. Because that's one thing I actually want to know is my teammates first, and then know them on the court as well.
They added DeWanna Bonner, a 5-time All-Star and certified champion. Sophie Cunningham signed on with her gritty playoff experience. And two-time WNBA champion Sydney Colson brings the savvy and leadership that young teams desperately need. That's 4 big-name veterans, all willingly joining forces with Caitlin Clark.
Sydney Colson is a 2-time WNBA champion, a true vet, an amazing backup point guard. And anytime that CC or any of the guards need to go to the bench, I mean, Sydney Colson always makes the right call, always makes the right decision. So to pick up a vet, a professional like Sydney Colson, and then you also have a vet like DeWanna Bonner, and you also have a vet like Kelsey Mitchell, and then you have CC and Aaliyah Boston and Lexi.
Let that sink in. The team supposedly nobody wanted to play for just became the team every veteran is calling home. These weren't random signings. These were intentional, calculated moves by players who believe in what Indiana is building.
I feel like we're gonna mesh really good and just do what we need to do, and also, be determined and also holding each other accountable when times get tough or when times don't get tough.
What's even better? These veterans fit together like puzzle pieces. Indiana now boasts the perfect blend of youth and veteran toughness. The foundation is set with Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Hull, and Clark. The experience and winning mentality come from Howard, Bonner, Cunningham, and Colson. Howard's not just coming in to get buckets. She's coming to build a legacy. She's here to help the younger players understand what it really takes to win. Her voice in the locker room is going to matter just as much as her stats on the floor.
This season, the Fever is going to run amok this year. You got DeWanna Bonner. Oh, my God. They took Sid. And some of y'all really don't feel like Sid was that valuable. Sid, so valuable. To not see Asia, Sid, Chelsea Gray, KP, and Jackie Young together.
And this isn't just hype, it's culture building. Indiana's turning into a team where players trust each other, push each other, and grow together. That's what a winning franchise looks like. Howard's leadership is the backbone of that shift. Just a few months ago, this team was scraping the bottom of the standings. Now, analysts are putting them in the top 3 across the league. That's not a glow-up. It's a revolution.
I'm sure every team would have loved to have your services. So why is Indiana and this opportunity the right one for you?
I just feel like I'm supposed to be here. And God worked in mysterious ways, and he put me back where I started. And like I said, we still have unfinished business since 2015. So
what really flips the script is how fast the tone around this franchise has changed. The narrative has gone from they're rebuilding to they're a problem. The Fever aren't hoping to compete anymore. They're expecting to win. And Natasha Howard is a huge reason why. So, to the critics who claim nobody wanted to play with Clark, your take didn't age well. This team isn't just stacking talent, they're forming a contender. And with just one more smart addition, Indiana might just be lifting that trophy sooner than anyone expected.
we have a young group that's hungry and ready to win a championship. We added new pieces, so I'm really excited about that. And I just can't wait to get things going and, helping this young group learn and tell them this is what it takes to win the championship. And at the end of the season, that's what we're going to be holding up.
They've built something real. They've laid the groundwork. And now the league better be ready, because the Fever are coming. Together, their synergy could be exactly what Indiana needs to unleash a new level of offense. Howard's timing, speed, and instincts align seamlessly with Clark's unmatched court vision and rapid-fire passing. When Clark launches the break, she now has a running mate who thrives in those chaotic transition moments, turning fast breaks into easy buckets. Their connection is the kind of chemistry that doesn't need months to build. It's almost intuitive.
I start off with trust. We gotta make sure we trust each other. Because we trust each other, we could go a long way. And that's one thing that, when everybody come back from playing whatever they doing and stuff and training before training camp start, that's when we need to start coming together, getting to know each other off the court instead of on the court. Because if you know your teammate off the court, it'd be easy when you on the court. So that's one thing we need to dig in more deeply is trusting each other.
The locker room dynamic is shifting. not by accident but by design. Howard's arrival marks a new era where experience and leadership are just as valued as athleticism. Her voice carries weight, and younger players are listening. They know that she isn't just here to mentor, she's here to compete for banners. The word championship isn't being tossed around lightly. This team now has the pieces, the poise, and the pedigree to challenge the league's elite. That leap from rebuilding to contending isn't easy, but with Howard setting the standard, the Fever aren't hoping for success. They're expecting it. If you're excited about the upcoming season, comment the word championship down below. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next one.